I had a roommate named Eric Kent. Kent. That's what happened. I done already got it wrong. By the time we moved, the juveniles were too bad, so they moved us up to A unit. When they moved us up to A unit, one of the new guys that came in was a white guy named Eric Kent. Eric was real big. I think I told y'all the story about Eric before. He used to wrestle in high school. So Eric had me easily by 15, 20 pounds. If I was 150, 160, Eric was easily 180. Eric was probably close to 200, and he had skills. He could wrestle. But he come to prison with a short sentence. One day we get up, man, and we get up for breakfast, and I don't even think I got up in a bad mood, but as soon as I woke up, Eric, I'm by the head of the bed. It's bunk bed, so both of our heads are by the window. You know, both of the heads of the bed are by the window. Eric is by the door, like where the mirror is and the sink is, getting ready to brush his teeth. Eric looked back at me and smiled and say, "Hey man, who is Keita?" Before I go any further, let me go ahead and explain this. Okay, so when you incarcerated, it is totally against the rules to involve family in anything, because every man that's incarcerated feels like I'm in here with these knuckleheads and I may be some bullshit or we may be some bullshit, but my family not like that. My family different. My family deserve better. My family would never talk to a guy like you. My family wouldn't be with a person like you. So most of the time, dealing with anybody's family on that prison, in prison, is a very risky situation. If someone allow you to interact with a family, then that's considered, then that means y'all really consider family. You considering that person family. If I allow you to talk to my mother, if I, and especially if there's a situation where like I allow you to get to actually know somebody, like my sister, my little cousin, I get to y'all writing each other or anything like that. Any kind of family involvement is very, very serious and can get you hurt. I remember one point in time, my partner, Tutu, from the west side of Atlanta, he was one of the guys accused of, he would see somebody's mail and either memorize the mail, the address, write it down, or tear it off or something, and he would go back and write people's family, see if he could get a response. Someone end up getting word of it, end up getting beat up. So again, the family thing is a no-no in prison, right? It can turn a good relationship bad. I say that because, like I said, by the time I made it to prison, I've already been locked up 3 years. So I've already adapted to the penal mind frame. Family is off limits. Family is involving family is total disrespect. When I was doing time, you couldn't go and talk about somebody's mama. You couldn't say, I saw your mama at visitation, she was ugly as fuck. Or you couldn't look at somebody's picture book and then call an insult. You couldn't do that. It was totally gonna be a fight. It was unquestionable. So I just stress all this to say that family is totally off limits in the penal system. So when I wake up, Eric say, and he has this eating grin on his face, and he say, "Man, who is Keita?" I didn't say one word. I walked clean over, like it maybe took me 3 steps, and as I'm walking as I'm getting closer to him, his smile, like he's still smiling, but it's a strange smile. Now he's trying to hold the smile like, But I'm walking over to him because he can see that I'm not smiling. As soon as I get close to him, I take my right hand, I slap out of him. Wow! Eric grabbed his face off the rip. He look at me. He like, damn, man, why you do that? And I say, bro, why you calling my folk name? He said, man, you called her name. What you mean I called her name? He said, in your sleep, man, you said Keita. You kept saying Keita, man. You said it about 10 times. So I stepped back and I'm thinking about it because this person that he's saying is a real close family member. So I stepped back and I'm thinking about it. It's only me and him in the room, so what he's saying has got to be true. You know what I mean? I know for a fact he went in my locker box and went through my mail. First of all, I'm in the room and I would have heard him. Second of all, he know what would have happened. So I'm thinking about it and I'm feeling bad at the same time. Mind you, this guy got me by 30 pounds. He just know that he's in a losing situation. There's no way that in this situation in Alto, a white dude gonna get the jam on a black boy with everybody like there. You know, y'all can call it how y'all want to, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I step back, I go to the wall. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, I was saying that in my sleep. He was like, yeah, man, you kept calling her name in your sleep. He said, I tried to wake you up, but you wouldn't wake up. He said, but you just kept saying Keita. I'm like, all right, man, my fault, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. He's like looking like, damn, man, like, why'd you hit me? But it is what it is because, again, like I said, when stuff happened in prison, like you stuff, it's swift. It's swift. Oh, y'all got to give me a second. As a matter of fact, that's how I'm in it on that one. With him saying that was calling somebody's name in my sleep. I don't remember at all what he's talking about. And I woke up and assaulted that man. You know what I mean? And Eric Kent, man, I looked him up. I couldn't find him. He was one of them situations where I know if his parents had some influence, they took all his pictures and all his past out of the system. I couldn't find a picture of him. But yeah, man, Kent ended up going home. He never went across the yard. When it was time for Kent to turn 18, he went to PC and stayed on PC until he got transferred. He decided he wasn't built for, you know, going across the yard to, you know, where it was going down there. Now, I started out with that one just so I could kind of, you know, ease into this next one, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest, man. This one a little embarrassing, even for me. And I don't need, you know, maybe some guys got to have their, you know, there's got to be some similar experience. And the only reason why I'm highlighting mine is because I went through it behind, you know, I went through it in jail. You know, I went through it in the system. So I'm sure it is absolutely normal, but to have to go through it in the system at such an early age, it was really confusing. And you know, if I had to choose a better way, then I probably would have chosen to stay out here in the world where I can ask some questions or be around my uncles, my brothers, my stepdad, or at least, you know, I could get a better understanding. But anyway, I just get it to y'all raw, man. This one of the things I probably wasn't gonna never tell anybody about, you know what I mean? But again, like I said, it's not like I can't be the only one in the world ever to ever have experienced something like this. So I just give it up, you know what I mean? Now let me say, before I get into it like that, man, I want to say I appreciate y'all for joining in Who Want a Life Sentence. I appreciate y'all for liking the stories, for tuning in, for tapping in. Y'all go hit the like button, man. Go on subscribe, go on share the video, leave a comment. Y'all know I'm going to with the comments, man, you know, I don't mind y'all leaving the comments, and most of the time I'm gonna leave a comment back. Simply because if you'll take the time out to let me know how you feel, then I want your ugly ass to know how I feel. It's just simple as that. You know what I mean? I don't take it personal. Leave your comment, and it is what it is. If you get blocked, you get blocked. But I still appreciate the comment, right? Because, you know, we going back and forth like this right here. So, again, I appreciate y'all for tapping into Who Want a Life Sentence. So, I'm in the county jail, man. I am 14 years old. I'm in the county jail for armed robbery, aggravated assault. And I remember when I went to jail, February, when I went to jail, it was 2 months before I turned 15 years old. So I went to jail in February 1998, and I turned 15 in April. Again, I was in the county jail a year and a half, and just searching for any kind of action. So every day is the same. It's boring. It is what it is. And then essentially we kids. You know what I mean? We kids. So it's just boring. Getting in trouble is action. Getting in trouble was kind of fun. Trying to get away with things was kind of fun. All this old kind of stuff, right? So what we used to do is, I told y'all before, we used to make it hot. Make it hot mean, all making it hot means is you're going to spend the night in someone else's room. Someone's room who ain't your room. And, you know, it may even sound a little crazy now because we're out here and we're grown. But when you 15 years old and, you know, you in jail, it's not a bad idea, especially when you get away with it. And we used to do stuff like make dummies and put them in the bed, or we used to rig the doors and wait till after they did the count and then go and try to get into the other room. All this little crazy stuff, right? All of it can get you locked down. They ain't really take us serious enough for any escape charges or anything like that, but they would lock us down for like a day or whatever the case may be. So I make it hot one day. You know what I mean? I make it hot one day in my partner room, and I used to enjoy making it. I used to enjoy just listening because, again, I got locked up when I was 14 years old. So I was still a kid. I was under my parents' roof. I was under my parents' rules. I was still in school. I'm talking about still. I had just went to 9th grade, still wearing a book bag, never had a job, never had a serious girlfriend. So I'm essentially still a kid. So when I get in jail and I'm around 16 and 17-year-old guys, they had a little more experience than I had. So it would be fun to listen to their stories. You know, some of these guys, they had all the stuff that I couldn't have. They had like simple stuff. They had pets at home. They had dogs, pit bulls and Rottweilers. They had, some of them had kids, some of them had a daughter, some of them had sons. Again, I ain't had a real girlfriend. These guys got kids already. You know, they would, they could get on the phone and call a girl and the girl would accept. I'm like literally still in a kid situation. I ain't built no bond with no girl enough to where, I take that back. One girl, Tierra, and you know, it's no respect. She married now. But Tierra, she used to let me call and I could talk to her. She just let me call, and she did that for almost my entire stint in the county jail until she found out I was calling another girl, and that kind of messed us up. But outside of that, and that was because like me and Tierra were like real tight from young. But again, it wasn't the kind of bond that these guys had built. These guys had, like these girls would, like my partner Polo, his girl was coming to see him damn near every weekend. She was a pretty little thing, little skinny, light skin. And I knew that on the street, he used to talk about he was cool with her mom. He used to spend the night over her house and stuff like that. So these were like real life situations. And me, I ain't been through none of this. I'm going to school every day and coming home from school and trying to see if I can get a girl to skip school with me so I can go over her house, and failing most times, you know what I'm saying? So when we used to make it hot, well, that's what it used to be. I make it hot in one of their rooms. They'll tell me these stories about, like how the same way y'all like when I get to talking and telling stories, I used to like to tell stories. I mean, listen to their stories to pass the time. So don't judge me, you feel me? So I'm in my partner room making it hot. He on the, it'll be like he on his bed with the mat. Either I lay on the floor bare, or he'll give me his cover so that I lay on the floor. He'll be on his mat, right? So I'm laying there one night. We talking. He telling me the stories or whatever, and most of the time we just tell the stories till we go to sleep. Now, what happens is, you gotta be fast. The trays come at about 4 a.m. The trays is breakfast. Your food come on a tray. So that's what they call it. They say the trays. So the trays come about 4 a.m. When the trays come in, all you hear, that you don't really get no warning because they cut the lights off. So the only warning that you might get is all the lights will come on in the dorm. First, they'll come on in the dorm, then they'll come on in the rooms. But if you sleep past that, you ain't gonna get much more warning. You just gonna hear the door pop, boom, and then the officer come in with the trays and the trustee. The trustee is an inmate that's helping passing out the trays. So when the officer come in, he gonna come in with the trays and just stand and just watch everybody as they come out their room. Most of the time, all the doors shut and locked before they begin passing out trays. Ain't no real reason. They just be on some control shit. This is the way that we do it. This how we gonna do it, and period. It's just to let you know who running the situation. So they want everybody out fully dressed on the steps, like lined up on the steps before they'll begin to pass out the trays. So a lot of times the officers that are trying to be sharp, they'll be actually watching. So they'll be looking like this, watching folk coming out their rooms or whatever. They'll be watching folks coming out their rooms or whatever, and they might see 2 people come out the room, because when we were in juvenile, they were single rooms. They weren't bunk beds. Not in the county jail in juvenile. In the other juvenile, there was bunk beds. So we sitting there, and if they see 2 people come out of the room, they might just be like, wait a minute, what y'all doing? What y'all, you know what I mean? Who room that is? Why you in there? All this kind of shit that can get you in trouble. So what happens is, as soon as the doors pop, you got to be quick. You got to be quick sliding out the room before the officer see you, and before he can put it together that more people were in the room than it was supposed to be. Sometimes he might even catch you like, hey, man, I seen both of y'all come out of there. You be like, no, hell you didn't, man. I just came out of there. And they be like, they know that they be right, but you know what I mean? You really can't prove it. We ain't have no cameras in juvenile. So when the door pop, I go down to I'm not mistaken, I'm either 14 or 15, but I'm going down to get my tray, and I feel something wet on me, like on my stomach type, right? When I look down, like I got a whole wet spot, like in my stomach area. And I'm like, what the I don't really understand what's going on. I'm like, so, and not only that, she had a crazy smell to it, right? It's just a smell that I kind of wasn't used to, you know what I mean? So I run back up to my room and I get right. In juvenile, they give you, you get 2 sets of, when we came in, they gave us 2 sets of everything. So they gave us the county jail uniform, 2 uniforms, and then they give you like 2 t-shirts, 2 pair of socks, 2 underwear. Then they give you some state soap and all that. So I go upstairs and I change into my fresh pair. Come out, eat. And I'm thinking, and I'm sitting there at the table and I'm embarrassed because I'm knowing what happened, but I'm not understanding why. And, my body been going through these changes, but I ain't really been able to talk to anybody about it. one of the things that I remember like real distinctly was my nipples. My nipples went from just normal to like they were swole and tender. So, you know, I know about puberty and I know that boys and girls go through it, but I'm not actually understanding what's going on. You know what I mean? But like I said, my nipples done kind of got hard. They be red and they kind of got like little knots in them or whatever. And I can feel them and they be kind of tender. But again, I'm in the county jail. I don't know who to ask about this. I don't know if to ask a grown up or the nurse or officer or I ain't finna ask none of these knuckleheads about it. You see what I'm saying? So I just basically go through that the nipple thing without saying nothing to nobody. But like I said, so this ended up happening. I ain't think nothing of it, you know, and about maybe like a week later, the same thing happened. I wake up, but this time I'm in my own room. I wake up and, you know, my whole stomach is like my shirt wet. So I get up and I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, and I just can't understand what is going on. You know what I mean? Like I know for the most part, but I don't understand why. You know, when we were young, we were coming up. Like I said, I got older brothers, and you know, we do what older brothers. I mean, we do what brothers do. We talk, we all this and all this. So we had the term shooting dog water before. You know, when we were being little people, hunching, playing with the little girls in the neighborhood. That's what my oldest brothers, you know, he trying to keep up with the older guys, but he treating us like younger boys. So the same thing that they saying to him, he saying to us. So he telling us like, bro, y'all ain't doing that yet. Y'all shooting dog water. So that usually just mean like if you be hunching on something, and you know, at the end of the hunching, you shooting dog water. I don't want to get too graphic. You know what I mean? You shooting dog water, meaning you ain't making no babies yet. But now this situation is we ain't shooting dog water no more. You know what I mean? This some real deal, right? But I'm not understanding what's going on because I don't remember like a wet dream. I don't remember no reason. Man, I swear this happened about a week straight. It happened one or two times, and it kept happening to the point where I would try to actually, now I'm asleep and I'm unconscious, but I'm trying to sleep light and find out what's going on. But I can't do it because again, it's me. It's me that I'm trying to sleep light for. And the closest I got is I actually remember one day I woke up, man. I'm in my bed and I'm like laying on my side and I'm curled up, but I'm hunching air. You know what I mean? And it was a situation where I think had I stayed asleep and continued to go on like I was going then when I woke up, then I think that I probably would have messed my clothes up again. And man, it was the strangest thing. And I think this might have went on for me probably about 10 or 20 days straight in a row. Just messing up my clothes every morning. I got to wake up and go in my room and hand wash my clothes and find something new to wear. You know what I mean? And again, I think it was just puberty. And it's a sad thing, man, to have to go through puberty in the system, going through juvenile and learning about it, and you know, just I'm telling you, man, you don't want to do that. So, you know, for the young guys out there that be listening, man, y'all stay out of trouble, bro. You don't want to go through that. You want to be able to ask your questions, you know, grab your uncle or your dad or your stepdad or, you know, whoever you look up to and find out what's going on with yourself, man. All right, now I struggled through that. Now I appreciate y'all for staying with me through that. Now this last one I'm gonna tell y'all about. This one was embarrassing also. But I think it. I think it. I think it. I think it makes the. I think it makes the cut. I think it makes the cut. You know what I mean? Again, it's one of those. This is one of those that I decided that I wasn't gonna tell nobody about. And now that I think about it, most of the time when I be like, bro, I ain't gonna never tell nobody about that, them be the ones that make like good stories or interesting stories. Not only that, listen, my homegirl Nicole, she a subscriber. She just had she laid out a good idea on here about people sending in a story and from an experience they had, and we'll share it on the channel. Whether you do the story yourself, whether you send it to me and I do the story, and then after that I'll even send you guys the link, and you can come up and we can discuss the story on the live of some sort, right? Particularly if it's a story that can help someone stay out of trouble, stay away from trouble, or anything like that, then that would be preferred. You know what I mean? Or if it's just crazy enough to make the channel. But if it got some kind of meaning or some kind of purpose to it, then we definitely need that. So I'm gonna hit y'all with this one for the end, right? Now this story over 10 years old. You know what I mean? One of my little young things, right? I had one of my little young things. We had an apartment. That money calling, y'all. Give me 1 second. Me and my little young thing got an apartment up north Atlanta. And I've been with this girl a little while. Forgive me, like I said, this one kind of embarrassing. And I've been with this girl quite a while, and we pretty decent. Like we good. We like each other, right? Now, this what I didn't know. Like when you smoking, it's a different high. You know what I mean? We grown, y'all. We grown. Put the kids to bed. So I've been smoking so long that most of the time when I smoke, like you damn near instantly, not instantly, but very soon you'll know. We're gonna say within the first minute or so, you begin to change, and you can feel the change. You can either feel yourself getting high. So I didn't know that how alcohol worked. I didn't know that that's not how alcohol worked. I didn't know how alcohol worked. I'm more accustomed to smoking. So with the alcohol, like I remember the first time I had a Long Island iced tea, when I sipped it, it was just like real good. It was sweet. I didn't smell alcohol. I didn't taste alcohol. So the thought to go slow never crossed my mind. So I'm drinking it. You know what I mean? I had my first one, and by the time I had done drunk the whole thing, I don't feel anything. And it was a pretty decent drink. So I'm thinking like a smoker would. A smoker would be like, bruh, roll another blunt. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get high. So I ordered another drink, another Long Island iced tea, not knowing that first one that I done already took down, man, that bit, it powering up. It ain't even came yet. It's on the way. It's on the way, full throttle. And now I done ordered another one, right? So I get the second Long Island iced tea. Man, listen, by the time I'm about a quarter through that second Long Island iced tea, even halfway, boy, that first one that came through like a freight train. What? I'm like, I'm on the dance floor, bro. I ain't never, you hear me? I ain't never been in the middle of the dance floor. Man, that Long Island iced tea had me in the middle of the dance floor. I was with a girl, I don't even remember her face. I just know I couldn't stop dancing. I remember I went out with my brother and some more folk, and I remember him laughing at me. I ain't give a damn, bro. I was bugging down, you hear me? But again, and not only that, threw up every goddamn, by the end of the night threw up everywhere, had the massive headache. I'm talking about, I'm toe up. Swear to God, I ain't gonna never have another sip again, right? So it's be these kind of things that kind of let me know that go past one drink. I don't go past one drink. So I go out again. Like I said, I go out. Me and my homegirl, we go out to one of her friends' functions. When we walk in the house, they got, I done already smoked me one or two before we go. Probably just one. Then decent. I don't never just smoke 2 blunts, right? I done smoked me a blunt, and we go to the party. When we go in, they got the open bar. They got some money, right? They got the open bar. I'm talking about, it's a nice bar. They got the 1800 damn near in a gallon, right? The 1800 that clear 1800. What it was? It was real popular a couple years ago. Y'all know I'm talking about, that clear 1800. So they had the big, like damn near a gallon of. They had that. They had the Patron, them little Patron bottles, like 5 or 6 of them in different colors. They had the Guala or Guapo, whatever that is. Then they have the silver. So my man, and that was just the clear. He got a whole nother section with the brown. He got the Jack Daniels. He got everything, right? Good in the open bar. So I'm sitting around, we chilling. Same thing, my whole head there, not learning my lesson. I get me a drink of the 1800, but it's not doing anything to me. So, I'm trying to feel it, and that be my problem. I be chasing the high the same way I would if I was smoking. So I'm trying to feel it. I don't feel nothing from the 1800. I go get me a second glass, but I know better. I'm eating at the same time, and I'm just sipping. I ain't down in these bitches. I'm sipping. I literally don't know how it happened, but I'm upside down. Because again, I really can't go past one on the alcohol. I'm upside down, right? I'm gone. Again, before I had any chillings, right? I'm upside down. We go home. I can't remember if, me and no girl, we did our thing or not, but we go home. We go home and we go to bed. In the middle of the night, some wake me up because some have to wake me up because I wake up and I look around the room. When I look in the room, she is standing in the corner of the room, like hysterical. She just she got a face full of tears, and she looking like she done seen a ghost or something. I don't know, and I'm confused because I'm like, we went to bed and now I'm waking up. So I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? She said, "Are you serious?" I'm confused as hell. I'm like, what am I serious about? What happened? I'm looking over. I'm like, what happened? What's wrong? I'm in the bed under the covers. Like my bottom half still covered. She's like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Now I'm thinking she going crazy. I can't understand what she talking about. I'm like, she like, "You just peed in the drawer." I'm like, "Excuse me?" She like, are you, what? Like, and I can tell by her face that she is truly confused. She is upset. And the thing about it is, like, I know better than to know that a person is, playing like this or on some crazy shit. So for the most part, I know that whatever she's saying that I've done, I done did, right? So I just asked her again for clarification. "You said I peed in the drawer?" She like, "Yes, look, you peed." So I get out the bed and I go over and I look, and it do look like that. It's like, it's still some little pee in the drawer, like dripping down or whatever, but it's pee on the clothes. I think it was like a sock drawer or something. It's pee in the drawer. You know what I'm saying? It's pee in the drawer. So I run in the bathroom. I get like a towel. I run back. No, now she can see that I'm to my senses. she kind of like get out the way. I pull the drawers out. I pull all the drawers out. I'm looking at everything been affected. Everything been affected. I run, throw it in the washing machine. I'm cleaning up everything. You know what I mean? I'm cleaning up before it even got too bad. You know, I know it. Nothing like soaked in the carpet, and then even the drawers that got pee in them. I took them outside. I was able to hit them with the cleaning material, get them right, pressure wash, scrub them, whatever. They weren't permanently damaged, for you guys that's gonna talk some shit, right? So, and the night ended up ending like that, and we end up having a talk the next day, and it was so weird because she was like, man, she said, I asked her like, what happened? Oh, 1 second. So we had a talk the next day, and I asked her like, man, what happened last night? And she said that she was already up, like watching TV. She couldn't sleep for whatever reason. She said she was up watching TV. She said I was asleep. She said I woke up, and she said I was acting normal. I got out of the bed like I was going to the bathroom. She said she watched me. She said, I went in the bathroom, turn around, come out of the bathroom, go over to the drawer, pull the drawer out, pull my meat out, and start peeing in the drawer. She said she was talking to me, and, I was like in a zombie mode. Like she could tell it wasn't reaching me. So she said she was calling my name, and once she seen what I was doing, like, hey, man, hey, what you doing? Why you know what? She said she jumped out of the bed and ran over to me. Said she like grabbed my shoulder. Said even when she grabbed my shoulder, I kind of did like this and came back to it. And she said she knew that I was in a completely a zombie state, right? And she said when I finished, I kindly walked back over to the bed, got under the covers, and laid back down. And I'm figuring that, that's when, a little bit later, I woke up and she was standing in the corner screaming, talking about, are you serious? And, that's my first time sharing that. And I know y'all gonna judge, and I know it's gonna, y'all gonna say what you gonna say, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Go and put it on there. So a lot of times, and I say that to say a lot of times because I watch movies where people talk about they were enraged, so they blacked out, or they don't remember doing this, or they don't remember doing that. And I want to say that these are the times that I know of, but like those times, or at least the last time, is the most memorable for me, and I blame it on the drinking, because like I said, I was upside down that night. I was drunk, so I don't know if maybe a spirit could have came in, or I don't really understand it that much. But from then, that's been, like I said, over 10 years. But from then, I don't go past 1 cup no more. You know what I mean? I even got I even went and got a refill of a cup not long ago, and I end up not drinking it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's why I end up that, and since I do that, I've never had an episode like that again. But like I said, I know that it's totally real when I see, I know people be bull jiving, but I got a witness that will tell you like, yeah, it was, and I have absolutely no knowledge of it. You know what I mean? When I swear, when we went to bed, all I remember is when I woke up, she was in the corner screaming. And everything else that I told y'all is what she told me. Anyway, y'all know I love y'all, man. We going live tonight. I want y'all thoughts. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna create that email so y'all can hit that up, and we can get that together so y'all can share some of y'all stories, then go on live. I appreciate y'all, man. Hit the Cash App if you want to. If not, it's all good with your ugly ass. And I'll see y'all later.